Hello everyone, this is Ecushan from Twitter. Today we're going to make a little tutorial about diffing BDJ stack files to find BDJ vulnerabilities that were patched in previous firmwares. You're going to need a couple of things. The first thing that you will need is a decrypted pub. Well, you can get all of the decrypted pubs from external sources. For example, if you go to darksoftware.xyz and you go to the PS5 tab and to decrypted firmwares, you can see a lot of them here. You obviously need to log in to access these files, but once you have an account, you can just download these files and you can then use this to hold on. So github.com/zekoshao/ps5 pub unpacker. You can then use this tool. I have already compiled it and renamed it to PS5 pub to help to distinguish that this tool is for PS5 pubs. It's easy to build. You just need CMake, you need make also, and you need GCC, and it should be easily compilable, and you can just copy the executable to user local bin in your Linux or WSL directory. So once you have these files, once you have all the decrypted pubs with the bonus from the 13.00 bdj stack from Keys Friends, I will link it in the description. You can just open a command line with WSL. Of course, you also need the WSL by holding Shift, right click, and open Linux shell here. And then you need to do the following commands. You need to do the following commands. Find dot, which is the current directory. This must be inside the bdj stack directory. I have created a directory in desktop called bdj stack and placed all my pubs there, as well as the bdj stack from the keys friend. And find dot, which is the current directory, minus name, I don't know how to say this in English, but I think it's quote unquote asterisk dot deck, end of quote unquote, minus exec PS5 pub. The PS5 pub is the PS5 pub unpacker, so it's named like this. I decided to name it like this. And these two symbols that I really have no idea what the names of them are, and backward slash and semicolon. So you do this will decrypt. Well, it won't decrypt because they are already decrypted, but it will unpack all the pubs from this directory into these folders. Okay, once you go into these folders, you will notice there's a folder called dev, and you have here the system and systemx. Then you will need another tool which is called 7-zip. You just download the latest version, and you also need the 7-zip exFAT, and this will explain how to place the file, but it's easy. You just go to the 7-zip installation folder. In my case, is in program files because it's 64-bit, and you place the exFAT.64.dll inside a new folder called formats folder, and you place it there, and it will work for exFAT files. So since the BDJ stack is inside the systemx, and the systemx is an exFAT file, if you open this with let me see, you open this with the XEditor, you can see it has the exFAT header, so you know this is exFAT. You just go here, and with everything installed, everything done, you just do find dot, which is current directory, after unpacking all pubs, of course, minus name, quote unquote 516 underscore SST0 wildcard or asterisk, I don't know. And then this is for the systemx folder, and minus exec, and then you specify the path to 7-zip. You can do it like this: mount C, which is the C directory of your Windows installation, but it can be on other places. But Windows is usually the best operating system for this kind of stuff. Program files, in my case it's 64 bits, in your case it might be 32-bit, but people rarely use 32-bit anymore. Then slash 7-zip slash 7z dot exe. X to extract, this will be the files from the file name from here, and minus O, the output directory, and then here you select again the file directory, but with an underscore out to know this is the output directory. When you're done executing this command, what it will do it will go to the dev folder for each 516 underscore SST0, which is the systemx. It will extract it to systemx out, and you can see that in the app folder and in the npxs, I believe it's, let me be sure, I believe it's 140, and in the CDC folder you can see here the bdjstack.jar. Yes, you need also another thing. You need to go to the control panel and to the file explorer options, go to view, and you need to make sure that show hidden files, folders and drives is ticked, and hide protected operating system files is not ticked, and hide extensions for known file types is not ticked. Okay, so you need those three. This one is enabled, this the one disabled, and this one disabled. So once you do that, you can find the BDJ stack there, but we want to go to find which BDJ stacks are different. So to do that, you just do find dot minus name bdjstack.jar exec, MD5 sum to know the hash of the file, and you specify this will be the name bdjstack.jar, and then backward slash and semicolon, and this will generate all the hashes. You can see here that 1.xx pups add one hash, so I will just copy it here to the new yes, and you also need the Notepad plus. Um, you need to grab the different hashes and just place it in a separate place. So this, you know, it's for 1.xx because only 1.12 and 1.14 have these BDJ stack. This one is for 2.xx because 2.00, 2.20, 2.25, 2.26, 2.30 and 2.50 have this hash, so you know for sure it's for 2.xx only. So you place it here and you know it's 2.xx. This one is for 3.00, 3.10, 3.20, 3.21, and also 4.03, 4.50, and 4.51. So all of the 3.xx files and 4.xx files have this hash. So for 3.xx, 4.xx. Then 5, this is for the 5.xx, another hash. So you place it here, 5.xx. And then a different hash for 6.xx and 7.xx, 6.xx and 7.xx. Okay. And then you go here to the second to last hash, and you can see 8, let me check, 8.xx, 9.xx, and 10.xx, and 11.xx. So 8.xx, 9.xx, 10.xx, and 11.xx. So go to the 12 one, and only the 12.xx ones have this hash. Okay, 12.xx. Finally, you go to the BDJ stack from keys friend, and you can see it has a different hash from 12.xx files. So you can see that all 13 .xx firmwares will have this hash, most likely. So as you can see, these are the whole revisions of bdj stack. So once you know this information, you can just go to create another folder. This will be called bdjstack_diff, and then you go to any folder that has, for example, 1.xx bdjstack, and you go grab the bdj stack. Let's put the file there, just to make sure that we have the proper hashes. We go here, we create a new folder called 1.xx, we place the file here, We do the same for 2.xx. Just go here, go here, go here, go here, and place the file. Okay. For 3.xx and 4.xx, you just need the the file from 3.xx. You don't need to go to the 4.xx file because it's the same. Okay. Okay. 3.xx slash 4.xx. And you place it here. Then for the file for 5.xx, you just go to the 5.xx versions again, grab the bdj stack, which is here, place it here, new folder, 5.xx. Okay. We just keep doing this, 6.xx, 7.xx for the 6 and the 7. Okay, here app new folder, 6.xx, 7.xx, place it here. Now you go here to the 8.xx until 11.xx, 8.0 for example. The 8.xx to 11.xx, place it here. Then 12.xx, okay, same stuff. And finally, for our keys friend bdj stack, which is from 13.00, you place it on 13.xx. Okay, so we have them all. Let's just verify the MD5s again. Make sure they are correct. Let's see. This one matches this one. This one matches this one. Okay, it's correct. This one matches this one. Okay. This one matches this one. Okay. This one matches this one. This one matches this one. This one matches this one. And finally, this one matches this one. So we have all of them from all possible revisions. So the next thing we do is, instead of MD5ing, we're going to run again the 7-zip. So we can just, instead of doing this, we just rename this to bdjstack.jar in the find, and this should extract everything from the jar. Because the jar is simply a zip, you just need to extract the zip to find the Java files. So we just do this, and it will extract all of the files. Okay. So we go to the, if we go to the folder, we can see each folder as a a directory called underscore out with everything extracted, and you can see here the class files. Okay. So after this, we're going to do a simple comparison of, for example, 5.xx with no 6.xx and 7.xx with 8.xx and 11.xx. So the simplest method is to verify the MD5 sums. So you can just do the following. So we find again, and you go to 6.xx, 7.xx, minus name, asterisk, or wildcard. We want all of the files inside of that folder, and then we execute MD5 sum of those files. But instead we want this to go to a list that we can see. So we just put we just put this on a list called 6.xx slash 7.xx dot txt. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the backward slash and the semicolon. So we do this. It will show that some files are directories, so they won't show up because we don't MD5 directories. And then it will create a list in the diff called 6.xx and 7.xx.txt. And then we do the same. Let's just put here 11.xx, 8.xx, and we do the same for the 8.xx and 11.xx files. And it will also create a txt. Then we open both on Notepad++. So you can see here that there are two txts, one for the 6 and 7 versions, the other for the 8, 9, and 11 versions. So we also need to go here to the plugins admin. If we don't have the plugin compare, we need to have it. We go to the plugins manager or admin. We search for compare. You can see here that it has compareplus. We can install this one or compare. I will use compare because I already have it installed. And we have this selected and this selected. Okay. And just click on plugins, compare. And we can see here, well, the bdj stack for sure differs. Okay. But for example, here there's a file that doesn't exist on 8.xx and 11.xx, but exists on 6.xx and 7.xx, which is finalizable jar file.class. And if we go a little bit down, we can see where they patched the path issue that was fixed from 8.00 onwards. So you can see it was probably here because the MD5 changes, and on bdj policy implementation dot class. So how do we turn this class, which is a Java file compiled, back into Java? So we just go to the internet, and here we write Java decompiler online, and we just get here the Java decompiler online. It's automatically selected for the best one, which is Fernflower, and then we go here to browse, and we go to bdjstack.diff, and we go to that file. So the file is here in this folder, Sony bdjstack, then I believe it's in security and in bdj policy impl dot class, and we open this and you click on upload and decompile. So you can see here the entire source code, and the only thing you need to do is to download the file. So you download the file, and for a way to clean this and to make it better for the eye, we just rename it. Rename 6xx/7xx underscore bdj policy.java. Okay, so we know that this is from the 6 and 7 version. So we go here back again, browse, and you can just do a little shortcut. We just go here, and instead of putting this, we put 8.xx and 11.xx, and it will show in the path the one after. So we just select the same file, open, and upload and decompile. Then we download it. Again, we have the source code, and we just rename 8.xx 11.xx slash underscore bdj policy.java. Okay, we have both, and we can now finally compare the previous one with the second one. So we close this one, and we close this one, and we open the two Java files. So here we have both. You can already see by clicking one and the other that they are different, and we just go to plugins, compare, and we click on compare, and here we can see the path being fixed, the path issue being fixed. So this is the permission stuff, and here on version 6.xx and 7.xx, there was the protocol for being a file and having as path containing lib and ext. So they simply removed that, and that is no longer an issue on 8.00 and above. Okay, so yeah, that's basically how you get a difference between BD Java files, to know exactly which difference happens in which file, the best way. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video.